everybody. Joe Van Duren here, and welcome to our Virtues Pick for today. Going to get the microphone a little bit closer. There we go. And welcome to our focus today, which is going to be on the virtue of serenity. Boy, doesn't that sound nice. So let's read the description first, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. So serenity is tranquility of spirit. It is an abiding sense of trust and faith that all is well. In the midst of trials, we are accepting and resilient. We go with the flow. We practice stillness, reflection, and mindfulness. Serenity gives us lucidity of thought and allows us to detach from strong emotions that can cloud our judgment. We do not allow worry or fear to throw us off balance. We cultivate peaceful presence. We are able to be the calm in the wind. So, wow, what a great word, and something that all of us want, especially as a parent. I'm sure that all of us have at some point just said, give me some peaceful serenity, right? And some tranquility here, because things are always seeming to be in an uproar. But in the general terms of life, as I'm looking at this today and thinking about it, I'm thinking about having that trust that everything is working out for me. And even when I don't understand what has come about or the circumstances that have taken place, if I can understand that this is a growing process, it's part of the journey, and that in my own personal beliefs that it's something that has been in kind of my vibration, so that I've attracted this towards me, then I can also realize that by practicing a stillness, practicing the ability to, practicing meditation and slowing my mind down, or at the very least, moving my mind off of the thing that's bothering me the most and finding the things that are more serene to me, then I'm really able to find a bit more peacefulness in my life. So, the famous quote that we have is God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, right? And I think that's so important, and it's hard to do because our fears get in the way, our distorted thoughts get in the way, our automatic thoughts get in the way, the pressure that we feel from outside of us gets in the way, and we have all of these things that are trying to keep us from staying steady and being in a place where we are peaceful. And it all comes down to us. And and as one thought leader and teacher talks about, we create our own realities, right? And so if I'm only focused on those things that are bad, or those things that aren't pleasing to me, if that's all I focus on, that's what we're going to bring more to ourselves, right? And if I only focus on and create stories in my mind of things being bigger than they really are, and I don't take the time to reflect a little bit and see, is this something that's within my range of control? Is it something that's really mine to control? In other words, from a parenting point of view, let me just give this example. So many times we have parents that ask that question, my child doesn't want to go to baseball. My child doesn't want to go to martial arts. He doesn't want to go, or she doesn't want to go to dance. And so, what do I do? So we want to, obviously we're teaching and developing and bringing out the virtues in our children. And so, we want to talk to them about commitment and whatnot. But one of the things, is that in our control? Is that something that we have that's, is our responsibility? And of course the answer is no. So if we want to keep serenity in our life, if we want to grow that, then we must also make sure that we understand what are our responsibilities and what are the responsibilities of others, including our children. And so oftentimes I would say to a parent, well, then what he needs to do or she needs to do is to go and explain to their classmates, right, to their teammates, and to their coach that they prefer not to partake in the in the activities of baseball or martial arts or dance or whatever it might be. And so, that brings more serenity to us because it's not ours. We're giving it back to the person that it belongs to. And at the same time, if we're dealing with a parenting situation, we're helping our children to understand the ideas of responsibility and accountability and their responsibility to to be assertive and to speak up for themselves. So there's nothing wrong with them not wanting to do something, but there is something wrong with parents taking over that responsibility because it teaches our child absolutely nothing. So in everyday life, whether this is with adults or with kids, it's one of those ways that we can bring more peace to our own lives by using the virtue of detachment, where we move away from what our emotions are telling us, right? And what we're feeling and what we desire to do for others, and recognizing what we're responsible for and what others are responsible for, and allowing them to work out their own their own situations. So that's what I'm thinking about. How am I going to apply that today? I'm going to my thing that I always want to do, and I will say that 95% of the time I do it, is take the time in the morning for some meditation, take some time in the evening for meditation. And if in the middle of the day I'm feeling myself getting anxious or upset about something, taking a few moments just to watch my breath, because the breathing and focusing on that and appreciation for that can help us also to come back to a more calm place. And we can teach our kids about that too. So those are my thoughts today about serenity, and certainly I wish serenity for everyone. I hope that everyone can continue to develop that virtue within themselves, because it's a peaceful place. It's a calm place. It's a beautiful place, right? It's just not always there for us, and so, at least not for me. So I really have to keep practicing that. So thank you very much for being here today, and I look forward to our Virtues Pick tomorrow. But most important, I look forward to focusing on this idea of serenity and this virtue of serenity within myself. So until next time, keep practicing the virtues and the 4 C's of successful families, and that is clarity, communication, consistency, and community. Until tomorrow, bye.